welcome. Today I am going to play Memoir 44 with a Memoir 44 Eastern Front expansion. Yes, this is one of my FAF expansions, and one of these I can strongly recommend as an expansion that comes with a lot of interesting scenarios. And this one is among my FAF ones. This is Suomussalmi, sorry for my Finnish, 1940. A battle during the so-called Winter War, Soviet invasion on Finland. And in this scenario we are going to fight a very typical battle for this war. Let me show you. Russians, or I should rather say Soviets, are caught in the trap. They are surrounded by Finns, and some of their forces are trying to make their way through the Finnish lines to save their surrounded comrades. And Finns have two kinds of units. They have ordinary infantry and ski troops. Ski troops are kind of special. As you can see, they are painted. Well, I am not very good at painting minis, to be frank, but well, the problem is that these ski troops are coming from Memoir 44 equipment pack, and in the equipment pack all the units are in the same color. They are gray, so I found them looking pretty boring, and despite my poor painting skills, I had to paint them. There were two sets of infantry, Finnish ski troops and French infantry, so I painted all of them. But as for Memoir 44, generally I use unpainted figure. I know they doesn't look very good, but well, at last they look better than they would look if I would paint them. Okay. So let's talk a bit about these ski troops, because they are kind of special units. They can move up to 3 hexes and still battle. They can enter any kind of terrain and still battle. So normally when a unit enters the woods or a village or town, it cannot battle, but these ski troops can. They roll with 3 die when they attack on the 1 hex range and 2 die on the 2 hexes range. They cannot fire on the 3 hexes range, and when they have to retreat, they can retreat up to 3 hexes. So they are definitely special, but from the other hand they are quite vulnerable because they have only 3 figures, so it is easier to destroy such units. This battle is fought during the winter. Well, this is Winter War after all. And it is recommended to use winter map. Well, I don't have winter map. I never had an idea to buy different boards for Memoir 44. Not that I can't, but well, I found them quite expensive, and I know they look fancy, but I don't think it is a good idea to pay a lot of money for the same board, only in the different color. Well, some people might like it. I have a better ways to spend my money. So I will be using this winter cheats, but as for board I use normal Memoir 44 board. Okay, as for the special terrain features. These woods are just like any kind of woods, they are just winter woods. This river is frozen river. You can cross it just like a normal clear terrain, but when your unit enters the frozen river, you have to roll a die, and if you get a star, the ice breaks and you are losing one of your figures. Also, there is a bunker, and this is a field bunker. What is the difference from the normal bunkers? The difference is that in the regular Memoir 44 only one side can use bunkers, and field bunkers can be used by both sides. So if Finns will manage to get into this bunker, they can use it as well. Okay, I think that's all when it comes to the special rules for this scenario. There are 2 other rules. First of all, if we will get air support card, we have to use it as artillery bombardment and artillery fires twice. And finally, we are using commissar rules for Russians. This means that every time since the beginning of the game, a Russian player has to choose one of his cards, place it under the commissar cheat, and it will be his default card for the next turn. He can always play Recon 1, Counter-Attack or Ambush from his hand, but save to these three cards, he has to always use the one which is under Commissar. When he is using this card, it is removed and he has to place another card under the Commissar and it will be played in his next turn. So this is a rule that shows the lack of competent officers in the Russian army after the Stalin's purges. And finally, victory conditions. There are 6 medals to win this battle, but Finns have opportunity to finish this battle in the other way. They win instantly if they will control 3 of these 4 town hexes. So if they will cut 3 of them, they will win instantly, but you can tell this is not easy because these areas are heavy defended. Okay, so that's all. Now we can start our game. Finnish player gains 6 cards and starts the game. Soviet player gains 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Soviet player. And now, when the game starts, Soviet player has to choose one of his cards and put it under Commissar cheat. So what do we have here? I think this card might be pretty good because it would allow me to activate these troops, or that card because it will allow me to activate these guys. Well, I don't know where Finns are going to attack, so I think I will use this card. And 3 others are out. And now Finns. They are starting a game, so let's check their hand. A barrage, pretty good. Direct from HQ, order 4 units of your choice. Infantry assault, activate all the infantry units in the area. Record in force, assault and attack. I have to remember that I have to play them like that, because there is Finns edge of the board. So I think I will use this card. I will attack in the center. So these Finns are going here. They will attack these Soviets and they will use the protection of the woods. These Finns are going to move here. I have to make a roll to see if they cross the river safely. Okay, they are safe. So I can continue my movement. And it was 1, 2, and 3. I move here because if I will attack them, I don't know if they will retreat or not. So I might like to attack these tanks instead. Okay. Attacking straight these positions from the clear terrain might be suicidal idea, so that's not what I'm going to do. Next, these guys are moving 1, 2, 3. Let's make a roll for the ice. Okay, they are safe. And these troops, I think that I might like to move here and attack these Soviets, or simply wait until they move and protect my troops. All in all, I would like to enter the woods just to keep my soldiers safe. Okay, that's my entire movement, and now let's go to combat. All the Finnish units are allowed to attack, and where they are going to attack. First of all, they are going to fire at them. This is close assault, and I am rolling with 3 die. Wow, this is Fantastic shot. We killed 3 Soviets. Next, these guys. Well, they have an option to attack these tanks or to kill this Soviet. I think I will try to kill this Soviet. Okay, he is done. We get our first medal. They cannot fire to anyone. I mean 1, 2, 3. And Finns have only 2 hexes range. So no, they 1, 2, no, they cannot fire. So that's all when it comes to the Finnish attacks. This card is gone, and now Soviet player. Okay, Soviet player has to play the card that he put under Commissar counter, and now he has to choose the next one. I think I will put this card under Commissar's hand, under Commissar's counter, and now I can activate the 3 of these troops. So they are moving 1, they are moving 1, and these tanks are moving 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So all of them can battle. So they are firing here on these Finns, and they are under sandbags, so it is -1. So it is 3 -1, so it's 2. Okay, 1 loss. Next, my tanks are firing here, so I have 3 -1, so it's 2. Okay, 1 hit. And next, my Soviets are firing here. They are 2 die, but there's -1 because of the sandbags, so it's 1. And this is retreat, and units behind the sandbags can retreat, can ignore first retreat result. So this card is gone. Russian player gains a new card, and we are getting back to Finns. Let's see what are they going to do now. Barrage, direct from HQ, infantry, recon, and probe. I think I will stay with this direct from HQ. This is pretty good card, and I think it is worth of playing. Okay, so I can activate 4 of my units. Any 4 of my units all over the board. So I will move these ski troops. 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they are in the woods, so they are safe from the enemy fire. Next, I will move these guys. 1, 2. I will also activate these guys and that guys. So these are my 4 units that are activated, and now I can make my attacks. So I am attacking these tanks with these guys. So this is 3. I will reroll this die. Okay, this is 1 hit on tank. They are firing here with 2 die. 2 misses. Oh, and they are firing into these tanks as well. Wow, fantastic. 2 hits. No more tanks. Well, it might look weird, but remember about one basic fact. Soviets haven't much of the quality tanks during the Winter War. Most of the tanks were pretty outdated T-26 that are Soviet modified version of Vickers 6-ton, or even older fast tanks of the BT family, BT-7, BT-5, which were also pretty outdated. There were also some of the Soviet super heavy tanks like T-35 or T-100, but these tanks were pretty bad when it comes to the movement in the Finland, and most of them simply buck. Okay, so we managed to eliminate these Soviet tanks. This was great, and now I can also activate this unit and fire onto these approaching Soviets. 1 hit and 1 retreat. Okay, that was good. So this card is gone. Finns get a new card, and now Soviets. Soviets have to play this card which is under Commissar. So this is that card, and they have to choose another card which they are going to play. I think I will keep this card under the Commissar, and now Soviet action. So I can activate one unit in each section. So I will use my tanks to fire at these Finns. This will be first activation. As for that wing, well, they will be activated, and this artillery. Okay, so tanks are firing here. They don't want to get any closer because it won't do much for them. So 2 die roll, and wow, good, Anakin, good. Now this artillery fires here. 1, 2, 3. So these are 2 hexes range and no terrain modifiers. Finns have to retreat, so they can retreat up to 3 hexes, but well, they don't want to. And now, well, I think that this was a pretty bad idea to fire with this artillery first, because now I am out of the good targets for this section. Since they were here, I could still fire with this infantry, and now when they are out, I cannot see them. Okay, that was unfortunate. So this card is done. Soviet player gains another card, and we are moving up to the Finns again. So what Finns are going to do? Oh, I got a pretty good card, which is behind the enemy line. It always reminds me of one of my favorite PC games from my high school times, Commandos Behind the Enemy Lines. And I don't know if you've ever played, but this is one of my absolutely favorite, well, tactical, I would say, game. Okay, so you can move, I can choose one of my infantry unit, it moves up to 3 hexes, then it battles with 1 additional die and moves again up to the 3 hexes. So, I think I will choose this unit. It moves up to 3 hexes, it moves here, attacks this bunker with 1 additional die. So I roll with 4 die, hoping it will be a good result. Not bad. Could be good, could be better, could be worse. And now I am returning into this hex. Okay, and this card is out. So Finns get another card, and now Russians are activating a card which was under the Commissar, so we are activating this group again. Okay, so I will simply move them here, and I will use my tanks as well. Okay, so this infantry fires at this lone Finnish soldier, so they are firing with 2 die. Okay, he's dead. So Soviets gain their first medal, and now these tanks are firing here. This is 2 die hit as well. Okay, nothing, because they can ignore first flak. So this card is out. A Russian player has to choose another card under the Commissar. I can always play a Recon normally from my hand. I think I will keep a probe. Soviet player gets another card, and now Finns are activating themselves. Okay, this card looks pretty interesting for me. Also, this card allows me to activate all my infantry units in the one section. So I might try to activate this group. That might be beneficial. Let's check. Recon, attack, probe. Yeah, I think I will play this card and I will activate the entire group. Okay, this might be a risky attack, but I think it is worth of trying. So, they move 1, 2, they move 1, 2, 3, they move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3. They would have to stop when they enter the woods. They, I mean, they can battle, but they still have to stop. So that's all, and all of these units can battle, so they are going to attack the enemy. I will start with them. They are firing onto this bunker with 2 die. Okay, they are in the bunker, so they can ignore the first flag. Next to them, they are firing into this bunker. Wow! The Soviets are done. Bunker is ours, and Finns are allowed to occupy this bunker because it was close assault. Next to them, they are attacking this town, and now we got -1 from the town and -1 from the sandbags, so we are rolling with 1 die only. 1 hit, good. And now them, they are firing here. 1, oh good, really good shots. Okay, so Finns made it, I think, nicely. So now Soviets. Soviets have to play a card from the Commissar, and they have to choose another card. I think I will choose this one. I mean, I don't have any card that would allow me to activate these troops. I mean, or, well, I think I might, using this card might be also a good idea. So I will play a firefight under the Commissar, and now I'm activating this card. So what can I do? I can activate 2 units in the middle section. So I will activate my artillery, and artillery fires here with the 3 die and -1 because of the bunker. So artillery fires with 2. Wow! 2 hits. Impressive. These are guns for you. And now this infantry fires onto this bunker as well. They are firing with 1 die. Okay. They managed to eliminate the Finns in the bunker. Pretty good. So this card is up, out of play. Soviet player gains another card. Alright, so time for Finns. And, well, it wasn't bad, but they lost first of their ski troops. They have 3 medals, and Russians have 2 medals. So I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't say that any side is winning. But I think Finns are getting pretty good too. They are pretty close to capturing this town, but well, they need a proper good card. And they can place this card as a counter-attack, but I don't think they would. It would be beneficial. It would allow them to play this card, and it doesn't look very good for Finns. So no, I'm not going to counter-attack, and instead I will play this card. Okay, time for Finns to shine. This ski troop move 1, 2. They occupy this bunker where their comrades were massacred, literally. And now these 2 units are going to stay here and fire into this town. Okay, so now, first these guys are firing into this town. A miss. These guys are firing here. A miss. And what are they going to do? They can fire into this artillery or into these dudes. And now, this is artillery, so to score a hit on artillery, we need to roll a grenade or flak. And as for them, I would roll only 1 die, so none of these options are quite tempting, but I think I will try to get rid of this artillery. Nope, nothing. So artillery is safe. Finns can cry because they failed, and now Soviet player plays firefight, and this card allows me to order to 4 units to open fire Units in the firefight may not be adjacent to the enemy and may not move. And firefight units roll 1 additional die. Okay, so I can choose 4 of my units. I think I will choose these guys. They cannot because they are adjacent to the enemy. These tanks, this infantry, and that infantry. Okay, so first these 2 infantry units are firing into this bunker. They would normally fire with 1 die, but because of the card they can roll with 1 additional die, so they are rolling with 2 die. First here, 1 hit. Now them. Flag, and units in the bunker may ignore the flag. Oh, I forgot to choose another card under the Commissar. For Soviets, I think I will choose this card. Okay. So now that was them, and now these troops. First of all, tanks are firing here. 1 hit, flag can be ignored. And this infantry fires here. Flag that can be ignored. Okay, this card is out. 1 card for Soviets, and time for Finns to shine. So, do I want to play this counter-attack? No, because most of my units that are engaged in combat are adjacent to the enemy. So this is pointless for me. I think I will play this card, and I will still try to get rid of them. So these Finns are firing here. Soviets are done. These Finns are firing here. Soviets are done. And now I can take this hex because it was close assault. And now they are firing onto this artillery. Artillery is safe. It is somehow ironic that artillery is one of the units that are really hard to destroyed. Although artillery itself was always pretty vulnerable. Okay, now Soviets, they are playing this card. They have to choose another card for the Commissar, and I think no good. I will play this Recon. I mean, I have to choose 1 card that would be under the Commissar, and Recon can be always played for free. So I will place this card under the Commissar, and the next time I might play 1 of my Recon cards. This card is pretty good for now, so I will use it. So these tanks are moving here. These sandbags are removed. There. It is their second movement, and their third movement is here. And they are firing onto these Finns. This is their activation. Now 1 activation from the middle flank would be them, and from the left flank it would be artillery. Okay, so now tanks are firing onto them. These are 2 die. Impressive. 1 medal for Soviets. So we have 3 versus 3. Now these troops firing here, 1 die. Okay. And artillery fires here, 2 die, 1 hit. Okay. So one more medal for Soviets. So Soviets have 4 medals now. They are winning. Okay, 1 card for Soviets and Finns. Okay. They are in somehow in the deep shit because Soviets are gaining an advantage. I wonder if I should play this counter-attack card, but do I have any units? Yeah. So I am playing counter-attack, and because of that I can play this card. Okay. So when it comes to the right flank, I will activate this infantry. I can remove this sandbox. And they are going to fire onto these tanks from the 2 hexes. Wow! Like I said, these Soviet tanks were pretty shitty at this moment of the war. Now I'm activating them and they are firing onto this tank. Oh, it was lucky tank. 1, 2. He's retreating, seeing his comrades being literally slaughtered by Finns. And now, as for the right flank, I will activate them. They are 1, 2 entering the bunker and they are firing onto this artillery. Oh, one gun is done. Oh no, sorry, it cannot, because there is a sandbox. So first flag can be ignored. I would have to roll 2 flags to make them suffer a loss. Okay, like I said, artillery is really dangerous and hard to destroy. So now, Soviets have 2 options. They can play their recon card and ignore the card under the commissar, or play this card which is under the commissar, which might be a good idea because this card is pretty good. But it would have to be placed under the commissar first. So, and what card I have under the commissar now? This would allow me to activate artillery only. I have no other units on the left in the left flank. Okay, I will try. I want to play this card, so I will place it under the commissar now, and I am activating my artillery. These artillery are doing pretty good job so far, so it fires into this bunker with 2 die. Okay, 1 Finn is out. Okay, that's all. Soviet player gains another card, and now Finns. What can they do? Well, they have they have a couple of cards for center section, and well, they don't have much units in the center section, save to these guys here. Or from the other hand, I might like to activate this card. Wow, this is the same card as before. And I think this is pretty good card for Finns now. And as for this flank, I will activate these Finns and they are firing into this tank. This is a miss. As for the middle section, I think I will activate these guys. They are moving 1, 2, 3, and they can battle. So they are firing into these Soviets from the 1, 2. 1 hit. And as for the left flank, I will activate these Finns and they are firing into these guns. Whoa, these guns are somehow invincible. Okay, card is out, and Soviets. They are activating their finest hour card. They have to choose another card under the commissar. Probe, Recon and Recon. None of them is pretty good, so I will place Probe under the commissar, and I will probably use Recon in the next turn. Okay, I have to roll 1 die for each card that I have, so I need to roll with 4 die. Okay. Now, for each unit symbol rolled, 1 unit of this type can be activated. For each star, we don't have any stars. Okay, so now we can activate 3 of our infantry units, and I will activate this unit, that unit, and that unit. So they move 1, so they can fire, and they are firing onto these Finns. Oof, epic miss. They are firing here. 1 hit. And they are firing here. 1 hit and 1 retreat. So Finns are retreating 1, 2, They can retreat 3 hexes, but well, they don't have to. It wouldn't work much for them. Okay, now time for Finns. I have this move out card, which is pretty good, and I will play it now. This allows me to activate any 4 units of my infantry that are on the map. Okay, so these guys are moving 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All these units are activated and they are going to combat. Now, do they want to attack this tank or this infantry? I think they will try to hit this tank. And they made it. Tank is no more. So Finns gain their 4th medal and they have the same number as Soviets now. Next, they are going to fire into this infantry. 2 hits. Pretty good. And now they are trying to destroy this artillery. Or wait, they can try to hit this infantry. I think this might be a better idea. Okay, he's dead. So we get 5 medals. So Finns need only 1 medal to win this battle. This is good for them. Soviets. They have this card under the Commissar and they have to choose another card under the Commissar. Or wait. No, they will keep this card under the Commissar and they will play Probe. They can play Probe normally. Recon. Sorry, this is Recon card. So these Soviets are moving here. And they are going to fight these Finns with 3 die. Oh no! Finns are retreating into the woods. And now, because this card, Soviet player is drawing 2 cards and he can choose 1 card which will come into his hand. Nah, no good. Both of them are from this flank and we have only artillery here, so let it be this card. It was a failure. Okay, time for Finns to shine. They are pressing here pretty hard. I would like to activate these guys because it would allow me to attack them. Do I have any? Or maybe I should use this barrage. Yeah, I will use this barrage and I will try to level this infantry. So I am rolling 4 die. Okay, this is 1 hit with oh, this is fatal. I get 1 hit from grenade. And they have to retreat because of the flak. Okay, I really hoped that I will destroy them and finish the game, but looks like it wasn't my destiny. Okay, so Soviets. They have this card under their Commissar. They have to choose another card to be put under the Commissar. I think it will be this card. It's pretty good. And now Soviets. They can activate 2 units in the center section. And now, first their artillery and this infantry. So artillery fires onto them. 1 guy is done. And infantry fires into them. 1 is out and they have to retreat. Okay, it wasn't bad. As you can see so far, both sides are doing equally good. Finns are suffering heavy losses, Soviets are suffering heavy losses, and the number of medals, well, Finns have 5, Soviets have 4, so Finns are closer to the victory. Okay. I think I will play this card. I mean, my goal is still to destroy these guys and to win this game. So, I will make this risky move and move my infantry here. And next I will activate my artillery. So I am starting here and I am attacking them. Oh, sorry, not. They are not ski troops. Sorry. So they can move only one hex in battle. Okay, so they move here. And they are rolling 2 die. Oh my, these Soviets are incredibly lucky. And now my guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Artillery on the 6 hexes range have one die. My god! This is a tank. Another miss. I tell you, Soviets are going to win this battle. This looks weird, but yes, I think they are pretty close to winning the battle if Finns will roll like that. Okay, this card goes for Soviets. Next, they have to choose another card for their... Oh, they are going to definitely choose this card under the Commissar, and they gain another card. Okay, time for Soviets. 2 in these sections, 2 in that sections. I have only 1 unit in this section, so it will be this artillery. And as for that section, well, they will move here, they will move there. So these both groups are going to fight, combat. First them, they are firing with 2 die, 1 hit. And next them, they are firing with 3. Wow! 2 Finns are dead, 1 Finn has to retreat. Or maybe I should leave him here. He was there. I think he will retreat into these woods. Okay, as for that section, my artillery still tries to clear this bunker. And they made it. So we got a draw. 5 medals versus 5 medals. A side that eliminates enemy unit first is victorious. So this card is done and time for Finns. Let's take a look. So I cannot activate this artillery, which is bad. Well, I will make something stupid and risky. Let me check one more thing. I will play this card. I will move my soldier here and I will attack with 3 die. Okay, so they are dead, and because of that Finns gain their final medal, so they are victorious. But as you can see, this battle was pretty equal. Each side was doing pretty fine. I think that hero of the battle is this Soviet artillery that massacred a lot of Finns who tried to control this bunker. So I think it was pretty cool game. It wasn't easy to predict who is going to win until the end of the game, and even this final move was quite risky, because if they would get these 2 grenades, then Soviets would probably activate their units. Oh, if they were, their firepower. I mean their air power, and air power allows you to perform a barrage twice. I mean artillery fire, I think. Let me check if I am correct. Let's check. Yeah, artillery. It allows me to play artillery bombardment tactic card and twice, and it would allow me to fire my artillery twice. So I would probably be able to fire with this artillery twice and destroy any of these units, or maybe them. So I think that this turn would be decisive. One side would win. The question was who is going to get a better roll, and it was a Finnish player. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching. As you can see, this Eastern Front is pretty good. I know that Memoir 44 expansions are somehow hard to get sometimes. Sometimes they are easier and sometimes it is very hard to get them. But if you will have a chance and you enjoyed Memoir 44, get Eastern Front. I bet you will be satisfied. So, thank you for watching and see you next time.